Hello. We all know the mess that we're going through today. The hardest part of that for me, I think, is being separated from my brothers and sisters and friends as I go through my daily life. I want to say a few words today that I hope will be of an encouragement to all of my friends and brothers and sisters that are out there. You know, the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus spoke to us about a lot of things, and there are verses in that Sermon on the Mount almost all the way through it that I consider to be sober up verses because they make me think and focus on things that really need to change and be focused on in my life. I want to read a few scriptures from that today. Briefly, I want to start in Matthew chapter 6, beginning in verse 16. Jesus says, "When you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show men they are fasting. I tell you the truth, they have received their reward in full. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to the men that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." You know, what we're going through today, the hardships and frustrations that face us every day in this time, are far removed from fasting. But I think there is one similarity. I can choose, or we can choose, how the people around us view us in that time, how we appear to them. We can go through life and mope and draw attention on ourselves, or we can clean up our acts and go through life rejoicing, praising God, and giving thanks. Let's turn over to Matthew chapter 5, beginning in verse 13. Jesus reminds us now who we are. You're the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a light and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father that is in heaven. Let your light shine. In this period of separation, actually always is a good time for us to rejoice and give thanks and encourage one another. And hey, be safe and stay well out there.